And guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Welcome,
Episode
welcome.
number 15, Live, Love, Loss. And your co-host, Jason McIntosh.
And your secondary host, Katrina Madewell.
And here we go.
Here we go again. Episode 15 already.
Is this 15, 14 and a half, 15? Or we had a little to be continued last time.
Yes, we didn't really finish that. And sometimes I forget like what I talk to you guys about on the show and what we talk about as a sidebar. I don't really know.
Well, spoiler alert, because I know we're doing video here too. So clearly we are in the same clothes. So we're banking a few episodes here back to back. So since it was just a few, there was only a restroom break in between. Just so we were telling a story, and we should probably just start right there.
Yeah, let's
recap if you can remember.
I'll recap it real quick.
Yeah,
somebody may have just hopped into this episode.
Yeah.
So we, again, I'm a widow. I'm Katrina Madewell. I'm almost 9 months in, and you're 17.
And I'm not an alcoholic, just on the weekends.
Yes, that's right. And essentially, the dating thing afterward is very different for me compared to where you are.
Yes.
And so it's been a long time. It's been a really long time since I've had sex.
Yep. Just putting it all out there.
I know. I can't remember if we've talked about this on a show or off the show again. So I apologize if we are repeating it.
Never.
We didn't talk about that? Okay. So
nope.
it was off the show.
Okay.
Anyway.
Not even off the show.
Oh, I thought we did. Okay.
Nope.
Anyway. All right. So that's out there.
Thanks for sharing.
Now that that's out there. Okay. So I told you I was hanging out with a mutual friend, right? We have the same friend. Yeah. And we had went to this bar. This was like the fourth evening. Probably we were hanging out afternoon, evening. And like having way too much fun, like out partying during the week. Like I got to get up and go to work. I'm still doing it all. I'm like a zombie. So I told you the guy starts hitting on me, the other guy, at someone else sitting at the bar. Mm-hmm. And the other person I was there with was kind of like enamored with him. He was like, oh yeah, he's a Green Beret, super cool guy. He's a badass.
He's got a crush on the guy hitting on you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Romance going on.
Broke crush, yeah.
Why don't you ask him out, dude?
That's how I felt.
You guys are getting along so well.
Anyway, so I start getting this pushing, right, from both of them, like this little bit of a barrage to, they're both trying to tell me who I need to go on a date with and when. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't work like this. You guys just back that off. Yeah. And I'll let you know when I want to go on a date. Mm-hmm. And so the guy's like, well, I'll be here Thursday. Just let me take you to dinner and a movie, yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right, dude. And I'm thinking that. And I said, don't wait for me. Don't be here waiting for me. I don't want to disappoint you.
It was at this moment
So had a little bit of a tiff, walked out. We had both driven our own car, of course. Mm-hmm. And I was getting ready to leave. So it's like there was a bar inside, the outside sort of like a restaurant. There's always a live band there. So it was kind of like towards the end of the night during the week. There wasn't really a lot of people there. So I told you about that awkward silence, right? So we had one of those moments and I was as quiet as can be. I don't remember all the details about what it was about, but it was something like, I think it was Ask Me My Type or something.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. I know, but you always skip over the good parts. And I think this is relevant because, some of the audience listening, I mean, they may be at that time now. Maybe it's been a year, 6, 7, 8 months. It's okay for you to live your life, by the way. Disclaimer, if it's 6 months later, 7 months later, you feel like you want to get out there and date, then date. Because you know what? Your partner probably told you should anyway. Don't feel guilty. Don't care about what anybody else thinks, but just do it. But don't you ever notice, like if there's awkward silence, that's a precursor for probably, it's not a matter of being shy or anything like that. It's just like there should be flow. There should be connection. It shouldn't ever really be awkward.
We had a lot of flow and connection. It was just me.
But you've had some other experiences though, where I thought you were talking about maybe that situation where there was just silence and there wasn't the flow, right?
It's not that.
Okay.
So it kind of goes back to, remember I told you the other guy at the bar was like, oh, are you single? Yes.
So the question,
are you married? No.
I got you. Okay.
So it was kind of like part of that. And then we sort of, and I think it was something about what's your type. And then I just don't say anything. Cause again, I feel like I'm getting pushed by both of them to go on this date that I didn't ask for. Yeah. Like I can make my own dates. That's how I'm feeling. And then I just start getting like pissed off about it.
But okay. So I misunderstood the scenario. So you weren't actually on a date with this other person.
No, I wasn't. We had just been hanging out. We've been hanging out.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, having a good time, talking about everything from like the housing crash.
And then there was a casual guy at the bar, which often happens. People join in conversations, and there's never a stranger at a bar. Everyone has converses amongst each other. That's why you sit at the bar. It's fun. If you sit at the bar, you can't be the annoyed type of person that doesn't like to have. Listen, I'm just trying to eat my meal. If you're sitting at the bar, you automatically have to join the having the open conversation club, right?
At least it's assumed, right? So,
yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So
it's part of the responsibility to sit at that bar. Go ahead.
He basically just leans over and starts kissing me.
Whoa, wait a second. Time out. Let me pause right there. This is
it's gonna be a long episode.
The stranger or
no.
Oh, got you.
No, the guy I'd been hanging out with that was trying to push me to go on a date with the other guy at the bar.
And did you immediately like, hey, whoa, buddy? Are you just kind of let him?
No, it was pretty welcomed. And
okay.
It was pretty welcomed. And
so confused because same guy you're kissing. It was so welcome, but like he was okay with like setting you up with the stranger on the other side of the bar.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I'm not sure where
I want to hang out with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that came from.
My God, I mean, what is happening?
So that's what we did. What
kind of perfume?
We start kissing.
I mean, what's happening? So you were having the makeup.
We're in the
full makeout session at the bar.
Not full makeout session. We're outside.
Wait. Slow down. You're speaking way too fast.
I can't.
I have to process this with my tiny brain.
There's a lot.
You got the green beret in the corner.
No, he's still at the bar. We're outside.
At the bar. Oh, outside the kissing. Mm-hmm. Okay, now it makes way more sense.
Yeah, I told you I left. I got mad. I walked out. I was gonna leave.
Okay,
he walked out behind me.
Okay.
And was like, "Hey, why are you mad? Why are you mad?" I'm like, "I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad. Like, leave me alone."
So it was like a makeout session, kind of. That
was
the first.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him where it came from.
Okay.
I'll have to ask him where it came from. But
that's the first time you guys ever kissed.
It was probably alcohol involved too. There's that, you know.
Okay.
So we start kissing, and it's gonna sound so terrible. Anyway, out of nowhere, I think it's just like not sure what to say. He was like, "Hey, do you have a pool, or is there a pool anywhere around here?" And I was like,
"Oh wow,
actually, I have a house with a pool. I've never swam in."
Okay, that sounds like an open invitation to me.
So we go to my house where no one's living. It's on the market. It's it's just empty and safe.
Well, you already spoiler alerted what didn't happen because you open the show with the not having part. So okay, keep going.
No, I didn't tell you anything.
Yes, you did. We did that on air. But go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, so we go there, and this episode will lead into the next. Okay, it will.
I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, so we go skinny dipping in the pool.
Whoa. Okay. Where are the kids at this time? They're adult
Again,
kids.
It's not my house where I live. This is the house I own. It's on the market. There's a pool. I literally never swim in it. Didn't make that up. This is my first time ever swimming in the pool.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So, and but you've known this person. It's a friend. You've known this person for a while?
About 4 months.
Okay.
And he kind of moves around, was on the other side of the state, came back, so I hadn't seen him.
I got you.
Yeah, so we just kind of reconnected.
So we're naked in the pool.
With our mutual friend, naked in the pool.
Okay.
Stuff kind of floating around
there.
me.
Flotation devices. All this stuff. I was in the pool. But go ahead.
Mind you,
yeah,
my kids are like stalking me, right? They're like looking at my location on the Tesla app. No. The whole Life 360, like it's a bit much. So my other friend DJ, he's a male.
Yeah. He's in the pool too?
No.
Okay.
No. Different night. Anyway.
So that was the party. Oh, that was the next night. Okay. Keep going. Woo. Man, I definitely got to hang out with you.
I got to be quiet. I'm going to be really limited.
Not that fun. But go ahead.
Anyway, so my daughter's like trying to pull up, in this whole situation, the little one.
Yeah, mom's naked in the pool.
Well, no, because again, we live at a different house, like miles away.
Okay.
And so my friend kind of assumes maybe whatever. Okay. So he's like keeping her at bay, and then he goes, I'll go check on her. So him and his wife came over, and he said nobody was answering the door. Mm-hmm. And they had walked around in the back through the fence.
This is going. Hey, we're having a party. Want to join? Next thing we know, they're in the pool.
He says, The doors were locked, and we saw all the clothes sitting.
They saw where it started and went, this is
saw
great.
all the clothes by the back sliding door. And he said, we heard a man talking. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I didn't know this till the next day. So he was telling me all this the next day. So we end up leaving there. And then my Airbnb was empty, so we went there. Because, I can't bring him home. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
And
but you kind of just did, but it was another property. I see multiple.
Yeah, it wasn't my house.
We'll tell the most confusing stories, but go ahead. But go ahead.
So that confusing, Rob. Anyway,
a little bit. It's hard to keep up with. But
yeah, so we end up going there. We
go from the bar to the home that's yours, but not yours.
As the pool where I don't live.
Yeah, and then from there, someone's coming there and too busy, it gets crowded.
We didn't even know he was there. We did not know he was there. It was like the next day. We end up the property's staged. I kind of felt weird about it, so I'm just like, I don't want to be here.
Okay.
So we left.
Okay.
Went to the Airbnb.
Yeah, it makes way more sense to go to an Airbnb where that's also staged and it's someone else's furniture.
Well, it's my furniture, but yeah. So anyway. Okay. So we go there, end up having a really long night, which was good. I feel like I didn't sleep, but that was good. I probably needed that.
Because you didn't sleep?
Yes. Okay. And so this is what Rob was laughing about. Okay. So the next day, it's early.
The walk of shame?
It's also I think it's my gym day. I don't know. But I go to the gym early at 7. And plus I figure my kids are probably going to blow me up, just the whole thing. So I leave. I go home early, get dressed for the gym, go to the gym, and right away, now my trainer's looking at me and I'm like, oh God, I smell like sex or something. I don't know. So the next thing you know, I'm talking to my trainer about sex and I'm like, how did this go so south?
We need to get you a film crew.
Anyway, no film crew. So anyway, that in a nutshell, that was sort of the way that whole thing happened. And I left early in the morning and I didn't text him. I didn't leave a note. I didn't do anything. I just left.
Wow.
And so
dined and dashed. Did we?
So we're talking about this.
That's literally what I said earlier.
Yeah. Oh, really?
She was telling me this off air.
Dined and dashed.
I literally referred to it as
That's hilarious. That's exactly what it was.
So I start talking to my trainer and I tell him I tell him I left. Right? I like this guy's still staying on my property. I just left and
you didn't. Yeah. No nice note.
I didn't say anything. I just left.
Had a great time.
And he goes,
I left you a cup of coffee on the.
You just left him? And I said, yeah, I had to come here. I'm supposed to be here right now.
You basically used him.
No, I did not. Anyway, so I
But he was a willing participant.
I was like, I probably should at least text him. Yeah. I didn't text him. I was like, what am I going to say to him? So
thanks for the good time.
We're having this whole conversation, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna text him and said,
give him a thumbs up emoji.
I had stuff I needed to do. So I said I had stuff I needed to do. No rush getting out. Leave whenever you want. Yeah. Have a good day. That's kind of how
it's like this is I find humor in the whole part of this because it's getting back into the swing of things, after you've been in a relationship for so long. And you're a little in uncharted territory, and there's there's awkwardness there because it's newish and you're so used to what you've been doing every day, and that's part of what we can tell you hosting the show is your days are going to be vastly different. Your life is vastly different. You're living almost a different life. You're still the same person, but you're living a different life with someone else not in it. And
honestly, I felt a little weird with the snuggle time. I was okay with the other stuff. I don't know how I felt about the...
I can see that. I can see the intimacy part of it is, because you did that for the action part of it, not necessarily the intimate part of it, right? So, and that we're humans. We have
shamefully
needs.
so.
No, there's no shame in that.
What part of it?
That we're all, the brown chicken, brown cow part. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, God gave us those for a reason. Yep. So,
so I get told the next day.
Okay.
He's like, you just gave me the Irish goodbye. You didn't even leave a note.
That is funny. Good for him. Irish. That's so hilarious for him to say the Irish goodbye. in case those don't know, that is the Irish goodbye, basically. Absolutely.
So yeah, I got told that, and
you gotta get better at that.
So the next day, could not make this up. Did not plan this. Would not have done it. Okay. I invite Hayden, my crew husband, over for dinner. We have family dinner at our house every Wednesday.
The one with an actual husband.
Yes.
Okay.
You what?
Yeah. So I've invited him and his husband often to
You didn't
my
convert
house.
him. I mean.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure.
He's the perfect husband because he's not interested in me and vice versa. Like he's great.
I love it.
Right. So anyway, he ends up not coming. Hayden ends up not coming, and the other guy comes to the house, and I thought, oh my God, this is not good. Like there's nothing about this going to be good. Yeah. So I'm going to condense the story, but long story short, my mother-in-law left. The French cousins that are in town left. Like my older daughter left. Everybody left. It was only my younger two that live at home, which are 19 and 22. Mm-hmm. We're hanging out. We're just talking. We're hanging out, talking on the couch. Well, my kids are both like, we have to get up the next day, and they don't want this guy hanging out in the house with me, talking to me. Yeah. So my son and my daughter, like literally like almost implant themselves right there, like on the couch next to us, and start dropping little, hey, everybody's gone, it's probably time to go kind of thing. Like just start dropping these little things. And so me, I have this like, don't tell me what to do, because when you tell me what to do, I'm going to push back harder and do what I want. That's my personality. Do not tell me no. And it's funny because my son, him and I can relate to this so much, and he knows, because he's the same way. If you tell me not to do it, I'm going to do it just for spite, right? It's just the way it is. Yeah. So we're sitting there talking, and my kids are, I won't say it, but whatever, blocking. But we were just, we were talking, really weren't doing anything.
Not anyway, to be blocked, to see block.
So I go to my room, and I'm like, all right, I'm thinking, all right, you little effers. So I go to my room, I put on my bikini, and I walk out, and I say, hey, no, I won't use his name. You want to go in the hot tub? I'm pretty sure you have some shorts you can wear, right?
This is going to go, Katrina, but keep going. Yeah.
So we go. We get in the hot tub. I get in the hot tub. He gets in the hot tub. And I'm thinking the whole time, like, this is a game of chess with my kids right now. Like, we're totally playing chess. That's exactly what's going on, because they weren't expecting me to do that. Yeah. So about 5-10 minutes later, both the kids come walking out with towels. Yeah. And forget exactly what they said, but pretty much like asked him to leave.
Okay.
So I get
just wait, asked the being clam jam.
Whoa. Wait a second. They asked him to leave?
Yeah. They asked him to leave.
But okay. In what words were spoken for them? I mean, give me the play-by-play here. Like, hey, dude, it's time for you to go.
I don't remember, because I didn't have a lot of sleep the night before. I had to work the whole next day, so I feel like I have days that were a blur. I don't remember all the details.
But these are kids that still live in the house?
Yeah, my two younger kids that are adults that still live in the house. And I would not have brought anyone to my house. That's the weird part about this whole thing. But it's just... Again, it wasn't like a hinge date I met. This is like a friend of a friend.
And the same person that was in the pool.
Same one. Yeah, it was the night before. Okay. And I definitely would not have brought someone that I just had sex with over to my house with my kids. The next day, I wouldn't have done it. Anyway, so that's
I'm so confused
how it happened. And so then
my... This house is a prison!
Exactly.
So confused.
Oh, man. So my kids start pushing. Long story short, I get pissed off and I leave. I throw a towel around me. I'm still in my bikini, and I get in my car and I leave. He's still there. I left him there with my kids. I just left.
Yeah.
So then I go.
Poor soul.
I start driving. That's why. Now I always said, God help the poor soul that ever actually wants to date me. Anyway. So I'm leaving. I end up going like a couple streets down from my house. I pull over and I'm like, you know what?
We're going to change your last name to Endwell, because this isn't going to end well.
Yeah. I'm like, F this. So I delete the Life 360 app.
Okay.
I delete my kids off my Tesla app so they can't see my location. I change my password on Tesla so that they can't try to get in and reset it and add themselves. Yep. And so I was just finishing this, and right around that time, he drives right past me, right when I was done getting ready to go. And at this point, I left. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing, but I know I'm not going home. I'm mad. I'm really mad at this point.
Yeah.
And then he drives by right at that point, and I go, you know what? I'm just going to sleep at your house tonight. So that's what I did.
Oh.
So I went back to his place.
Makes sense.
Stayed there. And so the interesting part is my crew husband is his office is right there. So my car is there the next day.
Okay.
And I get a text from
Boston. Yep.
Hayden saying, "Hey, is there anything you want to tell your crew / travel husband?" And I thought, oh, hell.
Yeah, Boston.
And I said, I'm probably going to have to tell Hayden, look at this text.
Yeah.
So it turned out that Hayden ended up going on a totally different rant and didn't even ask me. So I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. So is it safe to say, this was recently, like you said, past couple weeks. So now potentially you are seeing somebody.
Not really, because there's more to the story. There's more.
Oh.
No, there's more.
Okay. Should we get it out there? We're already here. The audience wants to know where we're going.
Oh, it's going to take a minute. So anyway, I stay at his house. I'm losing some days.
It's a short story long.
Last weekend, we ended up going to Disney. We stayed in Orlando. The French cousins are in. So we stayed from, well, actually, no, wait. It was supposed to be Friday we were going.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law went. And my kids didn't come over till the next day, Saturday. Mm-hmm. And I actually had a business meeting with them. Same guy, Hayden, the other people, the next day on Saturday. I'm sorry I'm boring you, sir.
No,
we were supposed to go to Orlando. I was going to drive back for the meeting and then go back to Orlando. Well, end up being so late, like another night out with this guy, like long night.
Okay, time out. You are seeing this person because now we're talking about multiple visits, multiple nights,
It was multiple back-to-back, which is surprising, but it was.
Okay.
So then I leave and I go. Well, I ended up going the next day. Like I stayed around that Saturday. Ended up being kind of crazy. Like he ended up helping us stage a property. It was like do a mini stage on a property.
This is a good guy. Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. Well, anyway.
You are.
I'll tell you more in a minute. So.
Okay. Watch some redheads, man. They're firecrackers.
That's an understatement, anyway.
Yeah, and you're Irish too.
Understatement.
Wow.
So we, I leave. I go to Orlando. I don't really. Oh, let me back up. Oh,
yeah, I'm just.
So 2 days before, I told you I didn't
came
sleep.
Up like
I didn't sleep for days. So literally, all my days are blurring into each other, and I'm still trying to work the next day. Yeah. So we start talking. I think because we end up. This guy, like, he's supposed to stay in the car, ends up getting out, talking to the people at a listing appointment. I thought, oh, God, can't take this guy anywhere. Mm-hmm. I had taken him to the doctor earlier that day because he had some issue he needed to deal with, and he wasn't going to do it. So I called my friend that's a dermatologist, got him an appointment, physically took him because I knew he probably wouldn't take himself. So I did that. And then he ends up kind of hanging out. It ends up like days upon days into each other. Mm-hmm. So we're talking all the time, like every day. And then I leave and let me back up. So that was Friday. We ended up talking about my brother somehow. That's a welder, and he's like enamored by. I feel like I
just want to jump in here real quick because your days have gotten so skewed.
I know it sounds terrible.
This is a good sign.
What?
She likes him. You spend a lot of time together. There's like
no,
you have no idea.
I'll tell you
she's very evasive right now. She doesn't want to admit it.
I know.
But she's so no.
Because there's more. There's a lot more that happened after that.
Yeah. Lord, man. Okay.
So anyway,
but your days are blurring together. You like this guy.
I did. And
he's sticking around for the other stuff. Like he's like doing normal stuff. Like he's helping. He's like doing this.
That's what I thought.
Sounds like a decent guy.
But my kids didn't like him. They got a bad vibe from him. They just said he was trying too hard. He was this, he was that. And I'm like, whatever. So that Friday night, we start talking about my brother.
But I end up. So it goes back to they're also still grieving and mourning, and this is new from indifference. So that's a lot of that. I'm telling you right now, that is that. So they might not even realize it, but that's what they're doing. They're still, they can't, after their entire existence, whole life, they can't, that's what they're going through.
So this was Friday, and I talked to my brother because we ended up talking about welding, and he thinks it's like so cool. And he goes, "Do you know what kind of welding he does?" I go, "Yes, I did his resume. I know what kind of welding my brother does." So I end up calling him. It's like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30. I'm like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing?" He's sick as hell. Mm-hmm. He tells me literally the EMTs just left. He's got 104 temperature, like all this stuff. And he says, he starts freaking out and he goes, your brother's brain is going to melt. You need to take him some stuff right now. He refused treatment, wouldn't go to the hospital. So I'm like, all right, fine. Like Walmart's getting ready to close. So we end up getting like Pedialyte and like all this stuff for my brother. And so as soon as we go in Walmart, mind you, we're together, we're going in and getting this stuff. Out of nowhere, this guy comes up and smacks me on the behind. I'm about ready to start throwing punches, right? I'm thinking, who in the hell? So I look and it's my friend DJ.
Yeah.
He's there with his wife, and I'm like, oh, you little effer.
Bruh.
Okay.
Because that's how he is.
Yeah.
So he sees us out. Mind you, they've been trying to get me to hang out, and I just don't go. And then they see me there with this guy, and then they're like, oh, gosh, no, I got to explain this to you. Oh, and mind you, the next day, remember I told you when they came to the house, and look, it was them. There was the same people at Walmart.
Oh, I got you.
Anyway, the next day he calls me. I end up having
maybe they did want to get in the pool by the sounds of it.
But I end up having to tell him he covers for me, right, to my kids. I end up having to tell him that I had sex with this guy. I did not want to do it.
Get wilder and
So
wilder.
I know it was a lot. I'm trying to cram it in 45 minutes. Anyway, so we're at Walmart. They end up doing this, and I say, "Well, I'm gonna go take this stuff."
Did we
with my
start
brother.
a different show? But go ahead.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You what?
Terrible. Okay.
No, keep going.
Anyway.
So let's go back. So this guy's, after this happens, he's still around. He's still in the picture. We're still talking to him, right? But he's a good sport. He's a good sport. Sounds like. So I'm waiting for the part where he screws up.
Okay. So we end up hanging out with them. They said, let's go to this one place, which is this dive bar. I'm not going to mention that either.
So the four of you, it's like a double date now.
I guess. I mean, I took my brother some stuff, and I guess,
All right.
sort of. So anyway,
exactly
we do that.
what it
We end up
was.
hanging out, and so we go back to DJ's house, and he's like so enamored with the fact that he's got a pool table like where the dining room table is supposed to go. He thinks it's like the coolest thing on the planet. Yeah. And mind you, I know my friend
Every
DJ.
bachelor does that.
No, I know but he's married.
How many holes in the wall are there?
No.
I mean, that's
None.
what I'm thinking.
But I know him well. Like the running joke is like he was like my work husband at one point. He was my lead listing agent. He used to work for me. I never dated him or anything, but I know him well. Yeah. But he would tell me all the stories, literally like I'm one of the guys. He would tell me everything, all this stuff that he did with girls. So that's why I know him well. That's why he kind of like smacked me on the behind.
Gotcha.
So I already know how crazy he is, and my nickname for him is Peter Pan. I'm like, yeah, he's like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Never grown up.
Yeah.
So, and the running joke is because he's been with so many women, and my husband kind of didn't like him. He was a little bit jealous of him because he knew him. And I would tell him, no, honey, I don't think you understand. Like, I wouldn't touch this guy with someone else's vajayjay. I would not ever sleep with him. It would never happen.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we ended up just hanging out with them. Ends up being a pretty cool night. And I think I went back to his place. No, we ended up staying at the Airbnb again, but we were both just drinking, kind of passed out.
Okay.
And apparently I was sleep talking, which I do a lot. And I was like, oh God, what did I say? So next day I leave again, right? I get up early, leave. So it's like 2 Irish goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
you what?
Yeah, I needed to go to Orlando the night before, but I ended up going the next day after we ended up staging the property, doing some stuff, having that meeting, and ended up leaving. So then I don't talk to him for quite a few days, like not just a quick little conversation here and there. My kids are already like, who are you talking to? What are you doing? Because they know I've been like gone MIA, having too much fun. They don't like it.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping it kind of piffy, not saying much.
What brings up another good point, right?
What?
People have the tendency to do that because we're almost like there are other people on this journey, on this ride with us in these circumstances. And so people have the tendency to, it was our significant other, it was our loved one. It might have been your brother's father or cousin or aunt or best friend or neighbor, coworker, whatever. But, we are going through this, right, in a different way because it was it was more than our companion. It was the person we shared our life with, right? So that's an important thing for people to understand because there may be people that you have this conversation with that are going to go into that mode. Well, I don't like it, the bad vibe, because they're just projecting this.
Yeah.
But it's like, let me be me, and let me make mistakes. Let me go through these motions because it didn't happen to you.
Yeah.
You lost a father. You didn't lose a companion, right? And so I think that's important.
It's very different.
It's so different.
Very, very different.
It's so different. But it's also, too, because as you're telling this story, I'm thinking when I lived what you're talking about right now.
With your kids, same thing?
Yeah, and I couldn't really, or anybody, I couldn't really explain it. We're like, so what, right? So what? It's okay for me to do this. I mean, it's like, do I not need to do this? Do I need to stop living? Do I need
your wife is not here. You're not cheating on her.
Like, she's not coming back.
Right.
She won't come back.
Right.
So you do have to, and these are just natural things that happen in life. I mean, it's crazy out there. So I think it's just good to kind of bring that into this conversation.
So things were going pretty good, right? So then I come back from Orlando, don't really talk to them a lot, end up coming back early Tuesday. And mind you, and I'm like, okay, he's been over there hanging out with DJ now. Totally fine. Get it. He's Peter Pan. He's fun. Go hang out. Have a blast, right? We've been hanging out every day, and now I'm gone, so you're hanging out there. Cool. Yes. So I'm trying to call him like the whole morning. He's not answering from like 7 a.m. till like 12.
The new guy.
Yeah. So I call DJ, and I say, hey, have you seen, I'm not going to say his name, but have you seen him? And he says, yeah, we hung out. I go, oh, okay, well, what time did you guys get done hanging out? He's like, about 4 a.m. I was like, oh, okay.
I see. I'm starting to smell the potential saltiness, but go ahead.
No, I didn't care that he was hanging out with him, if that's what you're saying.
Nope, not
okay.
that. But keep going.
So anyway.
I'm sensing it. I'm feeling it.
I said, oh, okay, all right. So, because mind you, and I said, well, did he drive?
And you said 4 a.m. Did you say 4 a.m.? Did I hear 4 a.m.?
4 a.m., yeah.
So there's so many places you can be at 4 a.m.
Right, and I said, well, did he drive home? And he goes, I don't know. I think so. And I go, so you don't even know if he made it back home? Like, did he stay at your house? Or like, what's the whole? He goes, I don't know. I don't know.
You didn't put him in an Uber? You didn't?
Yeah, so I'm thinking, oh, great. Like, did he get arrested? Like, is he dead? Like, I'm thinking
for sure.
all this stuff, right?
Things you should think.
So when I started to call him and he doesn't answer, I thought, that's freaking weird. And then in the meantime, I'm talking to my friend DJ that, you know, he's been hanging out with. And he goes, I don't think you should date him. He's not for you. That's what he tells me. And he says, I think you're starting to catch feelings for him, and I don't think you should hang out with him. I said, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay.
And
I see where this is going, yeah.
So he says, I don't think you should hang out with him. And I said, okay, what are you not saying? Because I know you, and I know there's stuff you're not saying.
Mm-hmm. Deliver the baby.
You're not telling me whatever. Like, just say it. So he kind of like putzes around, says a few more things, and I'm like thinking, whatever. He's still not telling me everything. And he lives pretty close to me. So I get this text like an hour later. It's probably around noon. And he says,
from who?
From DJ. He says, are you home? And I said, yeah. I said, why? He says, all right, I'm coming over. And mind you, like, it just, there was some stuff that got weird. Like he was already there hanging out before, and then had some of DJ's clothes, gave it back to me to take to him, but then he was there. It was weird. It was weird. So anyway, he comes over and tells me that basically they're all hanging out, partying, doing blow, like all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, okay, I don't live that life. Like, that's probably not going to work for me, because I don't do that. Okay. So he says, yeah, I think, he goes, he didn't say this initially when he came over. He says, yeah, I guarantee you right now, if I text him and I said, hey, let's go get some, the P word you guys like, and he would say, bet. I said, all right, do it. That's what I told him. I said, do it.
Yeah.
He goes, you want me to? I said, yeah.
But DJ's the married guy.
Yeah. Okay. He's my friend, and again, starts hanging out with him. I said, yeah, do. So then he starts texting him. He goes, hey, man, let's go get some. Yeah. I know a spot. Hot Latina women.
Okay, but okay, let me stop. I'm trying to put this all together, because
That's a lot. I can't.
No, but I know exactly where we're going.
45 minutes.
I know, but I know exactly where we're going. I can sum it up in 30 seconds for you, but I know exactly what happened. But I'm going to tell you that what I'm confused on is that this DJ fellow, and I'm also confused on the fact that this guy must be a giant dumbass for him to think that none of this is going to get to you at this point.
That's what I'm thinking.
So,
like, how dumb can you be?
That's too close to home. Like, I mean, that's like, you're busted, my friend.
So he ends up telling me how he's hanging out with some girl at the bar the night before. Whatever, fine. Like, we're not together.
So the guy went and the guy hooked up, basically.
I guess apparently he didn't. He didn't go home with anybody. But then that text, when he came over, he's literally shooting him this text, and he says, so he texts them the history I told you, and he responds back and he says yes, and then like they get into this whole thing, and I said, all right, cool, like, and he shows it to me, and I go, all right, cool, and So then I don't, like, later, the other guy that I was hanging out with starts texting me and he says, oh, well, the one that I was hanging out with, not my friend, the one that's nameless, Mr. Nameless, says, you don't need to worry about me in the morning because I'm dealing with some legal issues and this and this and this, which I already know about. I'm not going to talk about, but anyway. And in this time, DJ had already been over. I saw the text and he says all this stuff. Don't be concerned about me doing this and that. And I respond back and I say, I'm not concerned. That was it. That's all I say.
Okay. So, but let me drive. All right. So you've been very, very outspoken and bold about, like, nope, dating and just want to have fun and all of this stuff.
Yes.
Right. But obviously there is with this gentleman, you guys were hanging out, spending a lot of time together, enjoying each other's company. It wasn't just a one night type thing. So it went on, and that's what you're in the moment, you're in the vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if you sent the message that you send to us here and to me and conversations, if he knows that you're just out having a good time and, like, this is not going to be anything more than that. So there weren't any boundaries set. Maybe he's just kind of going with that flow.
Perhaps.
And because the thing is, you're like, and that also brings up another great point, because it's not like we're more than just rusty, 30 years and you're in new territory and you don't remember. And it's almost like you almost have to have those conversations, even in the beginning. And hey, what are we doing here, right? And, like, it's not like, oh, it's too early for you to ask that question. We're just dating, just dating. But, like, in this situation, if you're hanging out more than once or twice or three times, and then you're getting intimate, you're doing those kind of things, you're not going to like it if the other person's doing it, unless you're just so detached emotionally. But obviously, it bothered you. And it would probably have bothered him if the shoes were on the other foot, unless you have these conversations, or it's getting to a point in time like, hey, are you also having fun with other people? Because I'm going to have fun with other people too.
Well, the conversation didn't come up. And I think the reason why it bothered me, and I didn't even, did not think about it in the moment. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that his story was similar to mine, where there was not any intimacy or sex for a long time, and was also married for a long time.
Okay.
And so it was kind of like one of those things, we just fell into it. So the next day when I start telling DJ about having sex with him and stuff, and he goes, well, did you have unprotected sex? And I said, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Are you crazy? So then he's
30 years, you don't
getting me
carry those things around.
Freaked out about, like, STDs, right? And all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, so that is the real reason why I was, like, weirded out by it, right? So
because, like, he's doing other things with other people.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but if I'm having unprotected sex with you and there's the propensity of that.
Well, if he's going to these places, I'm pretty sure they're making sure it's happening.
And now, listen, I'm just going to add some more to it, and you guys can say whatever, think whatever. I really don't give a, but I'll just tell you.
I'm no judgment here.
Okay, good.
I'm just trying to help.
Okay, good. All. Good, because I'm thinking to myself, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, it really wasn't a 10. It was okay.
Okay.
And so
it was good enough for a second trip, but go ahead.
Well, but I haven't had sex in a long time, so that's not really fair.
Okay.
So anyway, long story short, I pretty much ghosted him. I, like, dropped him. Didn't tell him a lot of stuff, didn't say a lot of stuff. But I have to see him again because there's another business deal that we're all involved with, and I saw him last night.
Okay.
And after I was trying to go home, like, right after the meeting, and he was like, come on, just go have one drink. Just go have one drink. I was like, all right, whatever. One drink, and then I'm going home.
My question is are you sure that he is what I would classify as, like, a serial womanizer? Or is he just under
I'm not sure.
Or is he just under the impression...
But here's the thing, and here's why...
Time out.
Can I finish my question
Go ahead, but
first?
I'm just like, I got to. Go ahead.
So is he a serial womanizer, or are you aware that maybe he knows that you're in this state of... It's just fun, and that's
Probably.
Also where he was at.
I'm sure I give off.
Does
that
he know you're a manizer?
I am not.
Well, but no. Listen, I'm just trying. Listen, you both are in the same arena. right? Watching the same game. So,
and that's what I was going to say is it's not really fair because I never said or insinuated.
I'm not standing up for the guy. I'm just trying to give, because I'm
Me neither. I'm just asking if
because here's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about being the guy in that situation.
Right.
I'm thinking about being you too, and I think that's where freaking communication comes in.
Absolutely.
Communication kills any freaking
Any deal.
No, it doesn't. No, it cures.
Sure.
The lack of communication.
It
kills
does, but it's still new. And I told you that anything I would have with anyone would be an incredibly slow roll. So if we start over communicating
it's not that
too
slow
much,
when you're having sex in the beginning.
Maybe, but it was just sex. I just wanted sex.
I know, but okay.
But did you convey that? Did he understand that?
I don't know. I don't think we talked about that. We just had sex.
Okay. So when you go to that very early on, that's what you get.
So you're saying I shouldn't ghost him? I should talk to him about it? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're reaping what you sow right now.
I don't know if I want to.
You went into it looking for just sex.
Just physical. You went into it just physical.
That's,
you can't get pissed.
That's what it was.
And
I'm
he's
not.
just sex,
I'm not mad.
Okay, so, but maybe if the conversation would have been in hand, yeah, I'm digging you too. And maybe in his mind, sometimes men will go out and do those things because they don't feel secure because they're like, oh, I'm not good enough. Am I not this? Am I not that? I mean, if they're really interested in you that way and want to kind of make sure there's not other revolving doors, they want to make sure that, you're not doing that with other people. And I would be that guy. I would be that guy to be like, okay, we did this really soon. So does that mean like
you're doing this with everybody or
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm clearly I'm not. I mean, I thought.
No, listen.
I thought we were on the same page. Where like neither of us had sex for a while. So while I wasn't looking for like a boyfriend on the other side of this, even though it was sort of moving quick, but not really. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know that I would have wanted him to.
You're also in uncharted territory, right? Very uncharted
yes.
territory. So
yes.
you're going to stumble, and you're going to make. I did, and you're going to make mistakes, and not mistakes. You're just going. What you're going to do is just really not know. There isn't a playbook, right? Or the etiquette or things like that. There isn't like a playbook. Here's what to do after you become a widow or widower, right? You're going through these motions. You're stuck. What you are stuck in is like, no, I don't want anything serious right now. But in reality, the reality is you're not trying to replace this person.
Right.
You're trying to replace the feeling, and you're trying to, not even replace the feeling. What you're trying to do is you did not want to not be in a relationship. You didn't have a choice. It happened. Right. And that for me, I wasn't looking for an out in my relationship, and I wasn't looking to become single.
Yep.
But suddenly in one day I had an out and I'm single. So that is very unfair when that happens to us. So anybody listening can judge all you want. No one pulled the rug out from underneath you.
Right.
So now what we're doing is we're just stumbling our way and maneuvering our way through life. And these stories that we're telling are just real life stories, whether we lost someone or not. But our situation is way different because we could really be in denial of the things that, yes, it's going to upset you, even though you have this wall so far up that you, no. But in reality, it's really happening because of the feelings part of it, right? And we're used to being in an actual relationship, not just out there dancing around. Part of it's fun and exciting, and hey, I want to do this for a little bit. But at the same time, it only continued with this person because obviously there was more enjoyment of the other things too. Hanging out.
Yeah, and
why did you ghost him at the end? What was the reason behind you ghosting him? Because you went into this with this. It's for physical needs. It's my desires that need to be satisfied.
Well, my friend came and said, "Oh, I don't think you should date this guy." Right? He knows me. And says, I don't think he's the person that you think he is or he's portraying to be. I'm like, okay, cool. I was cautiously optimistic anyway because that's just the way I am. It's not like I was like enamored with them.
When there's stuff with their lifestyle that starts to unfold that you don't agree with, because the drugs is definitely one of those things.
That's a big thing.
And so, but your friend was doing it with him.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that about him, so it wasn't a surprise.
So, but your friend can't sit here and be in judgment either. And I'm gonna call some bullshit here, right? So it's
on who? Me?
On your friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
On your friend, because I could see where he's trying to be protective, and that's great. So I applaud you for that. Mm-hmm. But like, you're also the willing participant, and it's practically set the guy up. But you're also doing some things that you don't necessarily approve for in your relationship. Right? But he did these things, and you brought your guy around to do these things. It's naturally going to happen. Two guys get together. They're going to talk. I don't know what the wife thinks about all these activities, but they were at a strip club at 4 a.m., right? Doing blow is what they were doing.
It's the pot calling the kettle black, but they're using the same oil.
That's what I'm saying. So, and he said, this guy's not good for you, but are you good for your wife? Like, I bet your wife is tolerable of it, or I don't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're having some problems.
I would not be doing that to my wife.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
If I was in a happy
My
relationship.
husband never did that to me. He never did that. Like, I would be okay going to the strip club, but it wasn't his thing. But
no one has any reason being at the strip club at 4 a.m. with a bag of blow with strippers, if you're married.
Right. Agreed.
Period. So, end of story. Case closed.
Yeah, so we ended
Unless
up...
your wife's with you.
We end up hanging out for this...
And enjoying it equally.
This business meeting, which was last night. And we go to this other bar and have this drink. It was really close by, as I promised. And then he meets some other guy there because, Mr. Social. Yeah. And they're like, oh, let's go to Scores. And I'm like, I don't really want to go to Scores. I've been there. I know the guy that owns it. I've been there.
Yeah.
And I said, I have to get up in the morning. I don't want to be out all night. Like, I just, I'm going to go. So they're like, well, let's just go to Ricketeers. So, right there by the clubs, but not the clubs. So I go there and I see my friend Tammy, this girl that I know. And she was on this date that there wasn't really gel. So she was getting ready to go get her car. And then she came back. And I left it kind of...
Riveters.
I left it.
You threw me off there. Riveters. It's the whole Betty Boop thing in the.
So he was trying to get my attention and talk to me. Meanwhile, the other guy that he's with is almost trying to hit on me and like just making little comments and says stuff.
I think you need to date a nice Christian boy.
He says stuff like marriage. I'm like, I'm not marriage material. Sorry. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it got weird, and I kind of like left him. Like I left him like a boss. I mean, I'm just like, yeah, gotta go. Bye.
No, that's good. It's probably a good move. I mean, I didn't know we were going to get into strippers and blow, but probably good.
I can't make this stuff up. I didn't do it.
No, probably. Yeah, he's not the guy for you. So,
so it was fun, and I would be okay with just fun. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I think that fun has to be protected.
You have to separate, yes, but you also have to separate yourself in your emotions from that detach. Like, this is just physical, I'm just having a good time.
And in all honesty, like, it might not even continue with the friends and benefits thing, because if I'm going to do that, it needs to be closer to a 10. I'm just saying.
Amen to that. You don't lower your standards. Don't settle. But then if it was a 10, then you would definitely catch feelings and you'd be very upset, and you'd probably what I'm saying is, and this is all very relevant to everything, because it is the things that you encounter after you are no longer with somebody that you've been with for a long time and been in a relationship for a long time.
And the whole thing feels weird.
It does, and it's almost like you really don't know what you had until it's gone. But the sad part about it is, and we're both here to tell you, they are gone and they're not coming back, right? So this is the reality. We have to get through this stuff, and we're going to lose our way at once or twice or three times. It isn't going to be a perfect ride, so don't think it's going to be. And you sometimes have to just go through the motions to. And some people are listening too. They're like, "Man, I'm not going to date for 10 years," but maybe that's for you, and that's fine. But like, when you're sitting at home alone and you're used to sharing your life and days with someone, you miss that bond, and you miss that connection, and you miss those conversations. And it's different when you have that with your kids, and it's different. You can talk with your kids, but it's different. Like, it's different even with like a friend or your neighbors or your female friends. I mean, it's just so much different because there is that other intimate factor of it, right? I mean, it's just, we need that.
So connection. I have to say one thing for the females listening, because it's how I feel, and it might be different for you as a guy. You can share on this, but the first person that you're with, after your spouse, it's for me, I was kind of like almost relieved. I hate to say that, but I feel like, okay, good. That's out of the way. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense at all? I kind of feel like I had to just get it over with because the first time is going to be hard. I need to just do it.
Yes. Yeah. You don't know what to expect, basically. And, but you find out, wasn't so hard after all, and you feel guilty about that part, right? Or maybe you don't, I don't know.
A little.
Yeah. But what you do is you also realize, and that's okay for this to happen. You realize just how great you really had it. And that makes you cherish that even more. But the reality of the situation is you don't have it anymore. So and still very young and everything works. So,
I'm not an easy person to date. I've got pretty high expectations in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That maybe a lot of guys are not going to be able to live up to.
I think you got to find that balance because otherwise you don't want to spend the next 10 years doing this. And I'm here to tell you,
it's a merry-go-round.
2008 and it's 2025. You don't want to be me in 17 years, right? Because I'm not in a relationship right now. And I know what it's like to be lonely. And I know what it's like to, just as bad as men are, women are even just as bad in many cases, not worse. So they can both equally suck, right? So you don't, in 17 years later, you'd like to think that by then you can see yourself in a position to, have someone in your life that you're sharing your life with. I would hope that you would think that, that the show must go on. So you're not saying the show will never go on again, right?
Right. No, but there's a huge part of me that's not in a hurry.
No,
I am not in a hurry to do it.
You do not have to be
I
in a hurry.
would like to find that person. Yes, I don't want it to be like 2 decades later.
But we don't know what hurry is because we don't know when the person's going to come.
You're right.
So that's what and then so it's almost like I'm giving you permission, right? Stop.
And I felt like that's what I was doing. I was kind of letting it naturally unfold. It didn't feel pushed or rushed or.
And I think you are. And I think all of these little missteps and all these little funny things we can laugh about, it's part of it. It's going to happen. And you know what? You're going to have more stories to tell, right? For sure. And don't feel bad about that. Feel okay about that. I mean, that part's kind of a little exciting, but it's people are weird, man.
Yes, they are.
And we're weird. You're weird. I'm weird.
I'm definitely weird. 1,000%. I already know I'm weird. I'm going to be a really hard person to date.
Yeah. So just know that, but you've got to compromise too, and you got to let your guard down a little bit, and you've got to like.
I appreciate you guys' feedback.
I'm telling you, quit being so rough on these guys out here. Because here's what I keep saying. Here's what I keep hearing about Chris is he let you take the lead in many things, but he was still a man.
Oh, for sure.
And you were attracted to his manliness. Mm-hmm. So in that regard, you're not attracted to weakness.
No, not at all.
Okay, so then stop right there. You have to be in a position where these guys' ego is our ego is delicate, right? So what I mean by that is this. You can't it's almost like a form of rejection to a very manly man I don't know, ego does have a little bit to do with it, but if they don't know and you're playing this little dance, they need some assurances at some point in time.
So you feel like I should reach back out to this guy and talk to him?
No, this guy's a creep.
This guy ghost him. Okay.
This guy at the strip club that guy's a creep. No.
Okay.
He's dude, that's only I wouldn't even call him for a good time. Because he's out with your friend that he knows is your friend, doing blow with strippers. They're both bad influences. And the other guy, I mean, he's not a really good influence either. They knowingly did that. They're both willing participants. So, no, run and hide from that guy. Yep. But what I'm saying is don't be so hard on the next guy.
That's what I was getting at as well. Just kind of
because you're not going to find the perfect put together guy. None of us are put together. I mean, if I'm listening to it for the first time, I might think you're a little bit of a train wreck right now.
Me? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm a train wreck.
So, but we all are. I was the train wreck. I might still be a little bit of a train wreck, but I know how to put it back on the track fast. And so you're going through this new thing here. Don't be so judgmental and don't think you don't know what you want and you don't have it figured out. And that's okay. Figure it out all along the ride, right? So
I can admit what you guys are saying.
Yes, you're putting up this like poster of like, this is him. You'll never find him.
You're right.
and you'll never find Chris ever again, right? But you'll find someone else who's, as good of a guy and will take care of you and treat you well.
I feel like I probably do have my walls up. I don't let people in.
Of course you do.
I do not. But
it's okay.
Always.
That part's okay.
And I probably am unapproachable, I would say, to a lot of people.
And there are people that are unapproachable on both sides. And sometimes those people are the loneliest people,
Makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope that makes sense to the listeners out there. Rob, what's our time? How far are we into this journey?
The next episode
50 minutes.
Is going to be about how do you start dating when you have kids that are like...
Well, it sounds like you've already been through the show.
Oh, we're going to talk about some stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe that's a good place to put a pin in it. Because I think in my head can't take any more of the story. But now that I understand it fully, and now that we're all in agreement, the homeboy's got to go.
See, I tried to talk fast to get through the whole story as much as I could, and it's still been
I like to slow
a
it
long
down.
time. We didn't have time in this episode. It would have been like 5.
Yeah. Well, we can end it short on this one because we will.
That's enough.
That chapter is done. He's a loser, and we will see you next time on episode number 16. I guess it'll be.
This is Live,
Love, and Loss.
See you next time.
Bye.